Everybody, welcome back. You know, one of these days, I'm going to record one of these videos and the whole world is not going to be going crazy. It seems like this year has just been a mess. You know, just the other day, we got up, we started making our way through the day, and the news came across that people were storming the Capitol in Washington, D.C. And of course, it has to do with the Biden and the Trump fight about the election. And then COVID's rearing its ugly head in our family with other friends and stuff like that. And it's just, the economy's up, the economy's down, and people are just frustrated to no end. I understand that. It's really hard not to be frustrated with the world right now. I mean, you get just tired of just looking at people and hearing from people and seeing things in the news. And it's just like you want to, like Paul said, I want to just leave. But if I have to leave sin, I have to leave the planet. And we can't do that. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it's really hard. You know, our kids, you know, my son's not able to go to school. He has to go online. All these other kids are doing the same thing. Jobs are up, jobs are down. The economy's, you know, people are worried about the economy. People have their businesses shut down. All this crazy stuff. And sometimes it's just nuts. There's really no other way to put it. And it's really hard not to start just kind of losing, you know, some faith and some hope in that process. But if that's you, I want to remind you something today. The Lord reminds me as I'm reading Scripture, as He always does, about how to put these things in perspective. I tell you, you know, even as a pastor, it's very easy to read about these things and say, yeah, that's really great. But when it comes time for us to put them into practice, it's another thing altogether. And if you're just frustrated as I am and as many people are with this world and the way that it's running these days, I want to read something to you that Paul wrote to the church in Corinth when they were having all these problems too. And listen to what he says about where our perspective should be. What I mean, brothers and sisters, is that the time is short. From now on, those who have wives should live as if they do not. Those who mourn as if they did not. Those who are happy as if they were not. Those who buy something as if it was not theirs to keep. Those who use the things of this world as if not engrossed in them. For this world in its present form is passing away. I would like you to be free from concern. An unmarried man is concerned about the Lord's affairs. How can he please the Lord? But a married man is concerned about the affairs of this world. How can he please his wife? And his interests are divided. An unmarried woman or virgin is concerned about the Lord's affairs. Her aim is to be devoted to the Lord in both body and spirit. But a married woman is concerned about the affairs of this world. How can she please her husband? I'm saying this for your own good, not to restrict you, but that you may live in a right way, in undivided devotion to the Lord. Now, you know, if you've had somebody lead you through a good Bible study, Paul's not saying not to be married and not to have things of this world and things of that nature. What he's saying is we need to be focused on the things of God. We need to put our attention where our attention needs to be and not on things of this world. This world is passing away. And we've shared many times with you on this station and at church on Sunday, this isn't your home if you're a believer in Jesus Christ. We're just strangers in a strange land. We're passing through this place. And again, it's very easy to say, hard to do. And I want to encourage you today to remember, you're going to be all right. Jesus promised that. There's a land that's coming, and there's a day that's coming when none of this mess will be here. And for now, we got to walk through this. And what we got to do is focus our attention on the Lord and do things the Lord's way and count on Him. Trump is not going to save you, neither will Joe Biden. Jesus will never ask you when you get to heaven if you're a Democrat or a Republican. I doubt he ever asked you what your preference was, mask or no mask. He's not asking you about stimulus checks, none of that stuff that we seem to be just wringing our hands and shaking our heads about. He's going to say, what did you do with me? Do you know me? And that's what I want you to be concerned about. Focus your attention on the Lord. I'm telling you, man, if you can do that and just dismiss the crazy things of this world, your mindset and your spirit is going to be much better off. Hey, God bless you. Stay in the fight, man. And don't get too concerned about the things of the world. As I say around here oftentimes, not my circus, not my monkeys. You know, and just remember that. And no, that's not a dig at anybody in particular. It's just an old saying. But we got to keep our focus where our focus is needed. And that's on Jesus and the kingdom of heaven. God bless you, man. I'll see you next time.